What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm here with my co-host, Nick. Nick, tell him how you're doing. Tell him what you're working on.
What up? What up? What am I working on right now? Working on a few things at once. Johannes Kepler. I'm working on Untermeyer Park still to make the video that we all did together, and I'm working on that color thing, part two to the colors and how they affect us. And yeah, I guess that's really about it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we got Friday, I think. Oh, I mean, as long as you can. I'm assuming. I think you said yes already. Me, you, and Eros, at least so far. I'm hoping to get. I think Jules will be able to join us too. A bunch of us are going to go over, what is that? It's like 28 pages of that Stargate paperwork, right? That was associated with Stargate and the Gateway Project. We're actually going to get together, and I'm thinking it might actually be more than one episode. Depends. But we're going to run through the pages, read it off, and actually talk about it. So keep an eye out for that this Friday. That should be I really think that's going to be fun. I think it's going to be like a good time.
Right. And we're going to be comparing notes on all of our school's gifted and talented programs.
Oh, yeah, I remember that shit.
It's crazy the amount of people that participated in that is now in the occult circles. I mean, you'd think like very small number of people get into those programs, and an even smaller number would get into occultism. And it's weird.
You know what's funny is that not everybody, but so many people I know from podcasting that are into this stuff have all been in it. I find that very weird. Or like we're in it first. Like I was actually in it at one point, and I even said this. I didn't like it. I thought it was fucking boring, actually, and they put me back with the rest of the people. I just wasn't enjoying it. I don't know, but no, there was. I mean, I think Robbie Marks was in it. You said you were too, right?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Teresa. Just looking at everybody else responding. It's like, whoa, how is everybody a part of this thing? And I didn't know about it.
Yeah. No, a lot of people have had. There's all these. The Gate was one, and there's all these different names for it. I find it interesting how many people in occult and conspiracy podcasting have had that experience. I wonder if there's something there with that.
There's got to be. I think basically they were let on to a secret. And so in that sort of frame of reference, they started looking for other secrets. That's what I'm coming up with. Who knows what it is, but we'll find out this Friday. Let's see. So we are starting back on page 19. So
yes,
if you guys are following along with the PDF, page 19, which would also be page 34 in the PDF.
Hell yeah. And this is still the gematria part. So,
right. Of the results of the method we possess, one flawless gem already printed in the Equinox, volume 11, page 136 through 185, a note on Genesis by Frater V.H. Fra I.A. From this pleasant orthodox, and so they all lived happily ever after view, let us turn for a moment to the critical aspect. Let us demolish in turn the Kabbalistic method of exegesis, and then we can discover the true basis upon which to erect an abiding temple of truth. Number one, gematria. The number 777 affords a good example of the legitimate and illegitimate deductions to be drawn. It represents the Ach, Rach, Elohim, Shaim. One is the spirit of the living God, and also Olam Ha-Klipthoth, the world of shells, excrements, the demon world. Now, it is wrong to say that this idea of the unity of the divine spirit is identical with the idea of the muddled chaos, unless that exalted grade in which one is the many. But the compiler of Liber 777 was a great Kabbalist when he thus entitled his book, for he meant to imply one is the spirit of the living God, i.e., I have in this book unified all the diverse symbols of the world and also the world of shells, i.e., this book is full of mere dead symbols, and do not mistake them for the living truth. Further, did you want to throw in there?
No, I just thought that was a pretty good line right there. Oh, one thing I do want to add real quick, I do just fun fact, Tycho Brahe put out a book where he cataloged 777 stars.
Mm. It was a very important number to the all the Jewish symbolism. It represents the end, so it would be the three ends and I guess the three beginnings. Well, I guess they're going to get into that a little bit further on. Further, he had an academic reason for his choice of a number. For the tabulation of the book is from Kether to Malkuth, the course of the flaming sword. And if this sword be drawn upon the tree of life, numeration of the paths which it passes, taking Gemel 3 as the non-existent path from Binah to Chesed, since it connects Macroposophos and Microposophos, is 777. So the flaming sword in the middle would be 777. To take another example, it is no mere coincidence that 463, the staff of Moses, is the Hebrew letters. The paths of the middle pillar, no more, mere coincidence that 26 is 1 plus 6 plus 9 plus 10, the Sephiroth of the middle pillar. But ought we not to divide to have some supreme name for 489, their sum, the middle pillar perfect? Yet the Sephiroth is silent. We only find 489 Mishlim Giver, the Avenger. Again, 111 is Aleph, the unity, but also APL, think thick darkness, and ASN, sudden death. This can only be interpreted as meaning the annihilation of the individual in the unity and the darkness, which is the threshold of the unity. In other words, one must be an expert in Samhadi before this simple gematria has any proper meaning. Samadhi is the meditation practice of annihilating all thoughts, annihilating all being. How then can it serve a student in his research? The uninitiated would expect life and light in the one. Only by experience he can know that to man the Godhead must be experienced by those things which he most fears.
You want me to start going? You read a lot already.
Sure. Sure thing. We here?
Yeah, we here purposely avoid dwelling on the mere silliness of many gematria correspondences, the equality of the clip-off of one sign with the intelligence of another. Such misses are more frequent than such hits as Akkad, Unity, 13. I don't know what that is. AHBH, Love, 13. The argument is an argument in a circle. Only an adept can understand the Kabbalah, just as in Buddhism, Sakyamuni said, only an Arahat can understand the Dhamma. In this light, indeed, the Kabbalah seems little more than a convenient language for recording experience. We may mention in passing that Frater P never acquiesced in this obvious cook of arguing, x equals y plus 1. What's that 3-dot thing? X equals y.
Therefore, the 3 dots is therefore.
Oh, yeah. Therefore, x equals y. By assuming that x should add 1 to itself with a concealed unity. Why shouldn't y have a little concealed unity of its own? That this method should ever have been accepted by any Kabbalist argues a bankruptcy of ingenuity beyond belief. In all conscious, it is easy enough to fake identities by less obviously card-sharping methods.
Right.
There's a Notaricon. This one's interesting. And this one is something that I think me and you have talked about that we both said we think might be done more often than not. The absurdity of this method needs little indication. The most unsophisticated can draw pity and amusement from Mr. Mathers. Jew converted by the Notaricons of Bereshith true fiat is flatus ignis aqua terra. Fuck that. Showing the creator as tetragrammaton, the synthesis of 4 elements. Showing the eternal fiat as the equilibrated powers of nature. But what forbids Fecit Ignatius, Ignavis, Animan, Tare, or any other convenient blasphemy, such as Buddha would applaud. Why not take our converted Jew and restore him to the ghetto with Ben, Ruach, Ab, Sheol, Ahave, or what I'm fucking that up, or why not take the sacred
Ichthus.
yeah, of the Christian who thought it meant any of this? It's another language. And make him a pagan with, I don't know, what is that, Greek?
Yeah, what he's doing is he's taking the phrases that Christians have used and said, "Oh, that means this," and then switch it around and then make it mean something else. He's talking about all these different numbers, making different words.
Yeah. I find it interesting how this guy just assumes everybody can read this shit too. Like, everybody's
right.
Like, trilingual over here.
He's making all these references that are very ancient. Like, why not argue that Christ, in cursing the fig, wished to attack Kant's dogma of free will, immortality, and God? So he might actually be making the sign of the fig there and cursing the fig.
I'll keep going. You don't have to go.
All right.
Here again, the multiplicity of our methods make our method too pliable to be reliable. Should we argue that BBL?
There's another method.
I don't even know how to say. What is it? Shushk? I don't know. 620. BBL equals SHSHK 620 by the method of Atbash. And that therefore BBL symbolizes Kether 620. See, even Crowley saw the BBLs coming.
Jeez, he did.
Why BBL is confusion? Why? BBL is confusion, the very opposite of Kether. Why Athbash? Why not Athbash or Agrath or any other plausible combinations? What about the only useful Tamura is Ike Baker? Interesting. We just had that guest on not too long ago.
Yep.
Given which he did get from this. Given about the only useful Tamura is Ike Baker, given above. In this, we do find a suggestive reasoning. For example, we find it in the attribution of Al-Hayam. You're actually
Elohim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really? Okay. Fuck. Elohim to the pentagram, which gives. What is that? Fucking
pi.
Yeah. See Equinox number 11, page 184. Here we write Elohim, the creative deities, round the pentagram and read it reverse, beginning with, I guess that would be M, and then that's the fucking symbol is that. The letter of equilibrium. And
I think that's lambd. I think it's lambd. Also omega.
Yeah, it looked like the alpha and omega symbol or something, right? The letter of equilibrium and attain an approximation to pi. Good enough for the benighted Hebrews. As if thereby the finite square of creation was assimilated to the infinite circle of the creator. I'll read the next up to 4. Yes, but why should not Bereshith 221314 give, say, E? The only answer is that if you screw it around long enough, it perhaps will. The rational table of Zirith should, we agree with Frada P, be left to the Rationalist Press Association, and we may present the irregular table of computations to irregular Masons.
Well, isn't it strange how he refers to himself in the third person?
Yo, at one point I was thinking, I'm like, yo, is this like, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't think this is what's his face talking anymore, right?
Well, it could be.
But I was like thinking, I'm like, yo, because if it's not, why is this dude talking about like him? Yeah, like you just said it. I was like, I was a little confused.
He's reading it as if he's reading his own work in 777 and then commenting on it from the third person as if we already know what he's thinking. Have you noticed that? Like that's the level of I think perspective we're looking at here, which is very strange. It's like a triple perspective.
Oh, real quick, just to something coming up. I kind of remember because of Ike Baker. I think January 3rd, we got Ike Baker and Jamie Paul Lamb both coming on at the same time. It's gonna be fucking insane. Talking about astrology. And I could be wrong, but I think Jamie Lamb might be like one of the publicly highest. I didn't even know I had him on the show already. One of the like publicly highest um Golden Dawn dudes.
Highest initiated, huh?
Oh, publicly admitting. Yeah. I was like, fuck, I had no idea. Because Ike Baker's in that. I think Ike Baker's in the Golden Dawn too. So, but yeah, that should be definitely interesting. They're both friends with each other, which is another reason I had them both come on.
That's rare.
Yeah, you go right. Yeah. He's like, fucking that dude's my boy. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can get Jamie back on. It's been a minute, and I made it happen. So it should be a banger. I think having those both on, talking shit with each other on topics they both passionate about. So looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I haven't been keeping up with the comments, but thank you guys for joining us.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at them. I have the private chat open, folks.
All right, you want me to take over at
from 4? Yeah, from 4. My bad.
All right. To the less important methods, we may apply the same criticism. We may glance in passing at the Yetziritic tarot and significatory methods of investigating any word, but through Frater P was expert enough in these methods, they are hardly pertinent to the pure numerical Kabbalah, and therefore deal gently with them. The attributions are given in 777. Thus, Aleph, is that? Yeah. In the Yetziratic word is air by tarot, the fool, and by signification in ox, right? So that's the figure itself. The Aleph is an ox. Thus, we have the famous INRI, Yod, Nun, Resh, Yod, and those are the virgin, the evil serpent, the son, suggesting the story of Genesis and of the gospel. Now, this is actually ways that they have converted people by this method to Christianity by showing them INRI and showing them all the rest of these correspondences. This was a method in the Middle Ages of converting people. They actually talk about it a lot in the alchemical stuff. The initials of the Egyptian names Isis, Apophis, Osiris, which correspond in their turn with the ineffable name Iao. Thus, we say that by the ineffable is concealed and revealed by the birth, death, and resurrection of Christ. And further, the signs of mourning of the mother, triumph of the destroyer, and rising of the sun give by shape the letters LUX, which the letters are given again concealed and revealed by the cross. LVX, the light of the cross. Now, what do you think is significant about the change in font style there?
Like in what way? Like comparing it to what? Like,
well, he's got the L and the V on their own letter, and then it looks like he mirrors the V to produce the X.
Oh, yeah.
And the X goes between the two lines, right? So I guess between the overworld and the underworld or something. Anyways, that would be about, redemption and coming up from the grave. Further examples would be found in a note on Genesis. One of the most famous is Mene, Tekel, Upharsin of Daniel, the imaginary prophet who lived under Belshazzar, the imaginary king. Interesting. So he's acknowledging Daniel chapter 11, I guess. MNA, the hanged man, death, the fool, sacrificed to death by thy folly. THKL, the universe, the wheel of fortune equals justice equals the kingdom's fortune in the balance. So I guess Thekel and Parash, the blasted tower, the sun, the last judgment, equals ruined is thy glory and finished. But we cannot help thinking that this exegesis must have been very hard work. We could more easily read MNA, to sacrifice to death is folly. THKL, thy kingdom shall be fortune, for it is just. And then the last would be PRSH, the tower of thy glory shall endure into the last day. There, that didn't take 2 minutes, and Belshazzar would have exalted us above Daniel, the imaginary king and the imaginary prophet. Interesting. Similarly, AL, God, may be interpreted, his folly is justice. As
So
it
did
is
you see
written,
those LA hats upside down look like Al?
they do. But
Yeah.
Al, doesn't that also mean from in Arabic? Liber al vel legis, like Arabic and Latin both
Ooh.
have al as like from.
Could be, yeah. Oh, I'm not sure whether.
It's interesting. Al and L have, well, again, like these vowel sounds in Hebrew are kind of interchangeable because it was originally just a consonant language.
Yeah, I think it means the in Arabic.
That's right. That's what it is. Or by Yetzirah, the air is his balance. As it is written, God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Or by meaning the ox and the goad, i.e., he is both matter and motion. Interesting. Ox and the goad. Here, we append a sketch, MS by Frater P, giving his explanation by tarot, etc., of the letters of the alphabet spelled in full. Mystic readings of the letters of the alphabet. Now they're changing font again.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Right? I think it could be different authors. It could be different authors, you know, because he's saying a sketch MS by Frater P. Again, like he's saying by himself, as if we should know who that is. It's strange.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't like saying the word me. That could be it, right? Because didn't he have that?
Yo, I mean, maybe you're onto something. Yes, you're probably gonna say exactly what I'm gonna say right now. He was on to like pick a word and try not to ever fucking use it again.
Right.
I don't know if he had any suggestions, but like suggestions that I would hear is like even use a rubber band and fucking snap it if you fucking catch yourself doing it.
Well, in book 4,
deranged and would actually, do other shit. But yeah, I have heard of that. So maybe he was actually doing that at this time. Imagine you're writing a book and you're like counting that too. Like I can't even write the letter. I mean the word. Oh, that could be a tough one.
Right. The whole purpose is to expand your discipline and your mind and how you think about things. But he would, in book 4, it says slash yourself on the hand or something. Where was it?
Oh yeah.
I forget where he said, but he was a fan of using razor blades to enforce the discipline on himself, which actually goes into the what's his name, the guy who was into the kids. What was his name? You remember what I'm talking about? The Pizzagate.
Oh,
right.
I don't even know if we should say his names. Yeah,
right.
Alpha, whatever his fucking name. Yeah.
They're brothers who were working chief of staff for
Podesta.
Yeah, Podesta. So Podesta held his hand up and he was slashed exactly where Crowley was talking about doing that to yourself.
Oh, and he was the one who, isn't he the one who sent in an email for a Thelemic favor?
Right. And he was holding up in the picture 14 and the fish. Right. So he's into Thelema, he's into these symbols. He had 14 and fish on his hands, and that's how you could tell the scarring that went along with what Crowley was talking about in book 4. So maybe there was some more gematria to that situation, but how would you be able to tell? Well, I guess by going through 777, we might find something about that. Look for 14 and fish, everybody.
Yeah, right.
All right. So mystic readings of what's that?
This one's gonna be a motherfucker if you try to read all that Hebrew before.
Well, we could just read the English words.
Yeah, right. ALP.
Right.
Then if you
Mystic.
don't mind me doing that, I'll take over. I don't want you to have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot, dude. Yeah, I just wasn't sure how you wanted to do this. All right, so yeah, it goes. Mystic readings of the letters of the alphabet. ALP or ALP. Folly's doom is ruined. Then B, I guess, is BITH, bith, bitch. No, the juggler with the secret of the universe. GML, Gimel. The holy guardian angel is attained by self-sacrifice and equilibrium. Then you have, I think it's Daleth, D. The gate of the equilibrium of the universe. Note D, the highest reciprocal path. They got HH. The mother is the daughter, and the daughter is the mother. They got VV. The son is but the son, SON. These two letters show the true doctrine of initiation as given in Libra 418, opposed to Protestant exotericism. You got Zin. I like the Zonials of Zin. The answer of the oracles is always death. All right. Then there's what? Chith, the chariot of the secret of the universe. There's Tith, she who rules the secret force of the universe. IVD, the secret of the gate of initiation. KP, in the whirlings is war. Reasons might be Lamed. LMD, by equilibrium and self-sacrifice the gate. No. MIM, the secret is hidden between the waters that are above and the waters that are beneath. Symbol, the ark containing the secret of life born upon the bosom of the deluge beneath the clouds. NVM, NVN, initiation is guarded on both sides by death. SMK, self-control and self-sacrifice govern the wheel. See, what if they talking about self-sacrifice is actually like sacrificing yourself?
Well, I think in Crowley's context, he would be talking about dedication and the time spent. Like he was a literalist when it came to self-sacrifice. The time you spent, the blood you spent, all of that stuff is self-sacrifice.
And then, well, the reason I'm saying that is because we've even mentioned death a few times. And then again, in the next line, OIN, the secret of generation is death. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe he's trying to tell you that there's fucking death involved. I don't know. PH.
Right? Well, he was a big fan of going over the barrier again. You can see it there. He's talking about the gateway, the balance of the universe.
And then you have PH, the fortress of the most high. Note P, the lowest reciprocal path. And then TZDI, ZD, in the star is the gate of the sanctuary. QVP, illusionary is the initiation of disorder. You have RISH, which is interesting. Rish, but he had Resh, Libra Resh. RISH, in the sun, Osiris, is the secret of the spirit. And for people who don't know, Resh, his Libra Resh, was actually prayers to the sun 4 times a day. Then you have Shin. Resurrection is hidden in death. TVH, the universe, is the hexagram. One thing I just want to throw out there, like, this is like fucking a hot topic, or maybe not anymore. But some people might take like, I don't know, might get still stupid about it. George Floyd. I do think that whole situation was a total occult symbolism. And I do question, and I'm not trying to get real specific here, but if you happen to watch the video, it's more of his shin on his neck than his knee. And I've even wondered if that was something to go along with that. You know, with the guy who's got his hand in his pocket the whole fucking time. Yeah, it's just a lot of weird shit, you know, and then plus the tattoo and all the fucking, I don't know. Very weird. Just to
How many times did they tell you to bow in these ceremonies?
That I was in the OTO with, or in this?
All of them. All of these different initiations require some sort of bowing. Like you look at the Freemasons, you got to bow. That's where you got the blindfold on, and then the thing against your neck. It's all about being down on your knees. That's
like I was like
genuflecting.
Yeah. Right? Nice. We both said it at the same time. All right, off of that. Truly, there is no end to this wondrous science. And when the skeptic sneers, with all these methods, one ought to be able to make everything out of nothing. That's funny. I was just saying that to you earlier. I was like, when people use 20 ciphers at a time, you're going to fucking find something.
Right.
But, maybe. I don't know. The Kabbalist smiles back the sublime retort. With these methods, one did make everything out of nothing.
Back to the imaginary.
Besides these, there is still one more method, a method of some little importance to students of the Sifra Znortha. I don't even know. Namely, the analogies drawn from the shapes of letters. See, I've thought that myself too. These are often interesting enough. What the fuck letter is that?
That's Aleph, I think.
Yeah, Aleph, for example, is A between whatever the fuck those two little things are, making 26.
Ain and Yod?
Yeah. Thus, fuck, I don't know. Whatever those things are now. Fuck my life. 26 equals.
That's Yod Hey Vav Hey. They spell it backwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, equals Aleph 1. Therefore, Jehovah is 1. But it would be as pertinent to continue 26 equals 2 times 13, and 13 equals Akkad and 1, and therefore Jehovah is 2. Then this is an absurdity. Yes, but it is also an arcanum. That's interesting. That's the name of Ike Bacon.
Yep.
I must be big into numbers. I gotta bust his balls about this.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. When I was getting him on my show, he was asking like he's like, I'm gonna like after 3:00. I was like, because I know he's a Mason too. I was like, all right, we'll do it at 3:30 to keep the 33 for you. It was hilarious.
You know what you can do to fuck with him? You take all of Crowley's letters, right? You take all of his little letter combination code that we just went through, write those down, and then when he says anything with those letters in combination, like as the beginning of, get him on it.
Very smart motherfucker, so I wouldn't put it past him. It's like, I'm not shitting on him. I just, wouldn't doubt it. How wonderful is the Kabbalah? How great is its secret? How great is its security from the profane? How splendid its secrets to the initiate. Verily and amen. Yet here we are at the old dilemma that one must know truth before one can rely upon the Kabbalah to show truth. That's interesting. That's like when I say I think at times you need to have magical experience to actually understand everything, or understand more. Put it that way, not everything, but more. Like the immortal burglar, Bill wouldn't hurt a baby. He's a pal as you can trust. He's all right when He's all right when you're known I'm, but you've got to know I'm fussed. Like, I literally have no idea what the fuck that just said.
I have no clue.
He's all right when I-E-R no I'm, but you've got to know I'm fussed. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just saying it wrong. He's all right.
No, there's got to be some sort of a code.
Like fussed. All right, yeah, I'm just saying it fucking retarded, but it still makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
So those who have committed themselves to academic study of its mysteries have found but a dry stick. Those who have understood, favored of God, have found therein Aaron's rod that budded, the staff of life itself, the venerable lingam of Mahasiva. It is for us to trace the researches of Frater P in the Kabbalah to show how from this storehouse of child's puzzles, of contradictions and incongruities, of paradoxes and trivialities, he discovered the very canon of truth, the authentic key of the temple, the word of that mighty combination which unlocks the treasure chamber of the king. And this following is the manuscript which he has left for our instruction. Actually, if you want, maybe we could leave it there before we go on to the next shit.
Yeah, man. That's a great place to.
Hell yeah.
He talked himself up really good.
Yeah. Like I pretty much sucked his own dick right there at the end.
So we're on page 43. And
So you write that down. Page 43. Nice. Tell you the truth, for the most part, too. I mean, maybe I might jinx myself here, but except for some stuff, I think going forward, at least for me, it should be a 10 times easier to pronounce. It'll make more sense as we go across the fucking chart. I think, So
right. Well, I think what he's doing here is he's dropped all the keys in the beginning part of the book.
yeah, I think there's so much fucking crazy deep shit in there. I would even wonder if some of it, like the shit that doesn't sound like it makes sense, is that cipher?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So he's dropped all the information that you can use to decode the rest of the book. And so now he's getting into it. So now these are the ciphers. He was talking about the rod of Aaron. He was talking about the Shiva's lingam, right? And he's equating these two things as the same thing. And so he's obviously making sort of a reference to like the number one or something like that. Anyways, I see different codes that he could be alluding to, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
But some of it, it's not supposed to make sense because it's got a different meaning that, he's trying to hand fist into a single paragraph. But anyways, that was fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you have any last thoughts?
I'm trying to think of anything else to promote for the show or anything coming up. Oh yeah, I don't exactly. I'll mention it now. It's so fucking. Oh wait, maybe I do have it. Yeah, I got the address here. January 31st. The Occult Rejects will have a table at another event. We had Natalie Smearman on a few times, twice, and the second time she came on, she was telling us about a movie that they filmed. Whatever, they went out, did investigations, and they turned it into a movie. It sounded pretty fucking interesting, and the booth was cheap as shit, so I was like, fuck it. But it's in Alabama. So, January 31st at 857 Main Street. Couldn't tell you where the fuck that is. That's shit, my bad. When I get more information, I will put it in the show notes. But yeah, it's going to be called The Vanished Paracon and Premiere. So The Vanished is the movie. There's going to be if you go there, I think you do get to see the movie. Like they're going to show the movie and there's speakers. So it should be rather interesting. I think I could be wrong. I haven't even looked at the speaker lineup, but I'm assuming if Jessica Jones, who we've also had on the show, is also in that movie, I would assume she'd be there as well. So I know some people are really into her, Jessica Jones, the Cryptid Huntress. So you will have her and Natalie Smearman that I know of so far that will be there. And I think they will also have paranormal speakers as well. So it's not all cryptid. So, yeah, I figured I'd go, show support and get a table. So if anybody feels like showing up, check it out. I think the tickets are like literally like under $20 too. So.
All right. Well, guys, if you don't remember, go back and watch our last interview with Natalie Smearman.
I was bugged out, actually.
It was wild what she was saying is in this movie. So I can't wait to see it myself.
I know. That's what I was
Sounds
like.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely. Right. Well, all right, guys. We'll see you later. Also send your emails of the weird, strange, occult things that have happened to you to me at headlessgiantpodcast@gmail.com, and we will read those on Thursdays. Don't forget about that. Thank you, Flower, and we'll see you again next time.
Later.